All right, all right, all right. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back once again. Justin, hello. Dow Nomad, thank you for the follow, by the way. Appreciate that. Let me turn on some tunes. I hope everybody's doing well. It's good to see you guys. I'm not Justin. Well, whoever you are, under the guise of Mr. Doc. It is good to see you. So I have tea. So I was doing some I was kind of doing some work on a voice for a voice audition today. And so I was learning to try to get the voice, and it completely obliterated my voice and my throat. So I'm sipping on some tea tonight. I forgot to put honey on it in it. So that's fine. I'm just drinking some tea tonight. Yeah, welcome. Let's get right into it. We have a decent amount to prep tonight because we're in a stage in the campaign which we find ourselves in very consistently, of where I'm not sure where the party is going to go. They can go one of two ways, but they don't know the exact direction to go this time around. So if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, make sure you go subscribe on the YouTube. Catch up on the VOD. Last week's session was nuts. It was a little terrifying, a little hilarious, a little disturbing. It had a bit of everything. Maybe not romance, so if you're into that, you might be wanting to look somewhere else. At least for now, we don't have any of that yet. But two of our players got a malady from dealing with the warp, which is slowly beginning to be learned and developed through the campaign, which is a very major spot. The players made their way from the dream. They killed Lord Walden. What consequences that may bring, we have yet to see. I'm actually really interested to ask my players about that and what their thoughts are. We'll have to have a little powwow because I didn't really get a chance to talk to them about that. Players made their way back to Hallow, and the two players with the maladies, Nock and Vodder, were unable to gain access. The statues that surround the bulwark, which is the giant wall around the town of Hallow, came to life and essentially didn't allow them to come through. So they were met by a ghost visage, some sort of ethereal creature that appeared to be some sort of sentinel itself, and told them that they need to acquire lure weed, which is apparently something they can use to cure their maladies, and they were told it was in a swamp to the north. So we I know where that is, but they're also told that to get essentially a long rest, they need to find a sanctuary, a sentinel sanctuary specifically, where they would have to clear it out, and this would be a place that would allow them to rest. So what we need to do is come up with our to-do list tonight. What is this link? Is this the YouTube? Oh yeah, that's just episode 1. Hell yeah, make sure to check that out. It's such a lovely game. Let's just do this. So my to-do list. So I'm just titling the episode "The Search for Sanctuary" for now. I don't know again what the party's gonna do, so we just kind of have to prep for multiple things. So we need to do some housework, which is shopping and whatnot. They gave Calder some money to find some stuff. We need to look up some lureweed stuff. Sentinel sanctuary rules. Some random encounters probably. I want to do some stuff with Ketterthen, which is a entity or something that was alluded to last session. So we'll do Calder as well. I do want to do alchemy stuff. We'll see what else we've got in store, but I think for now that'll probably be a good starting point. Oh, and then we need to name Swamp District. I have our wonderful ACN working on more of this in map for us that'll push it upwards to where they need to potentially go. So if we're looking at this map, this will be maybe a little spoilery for Justin if you're still here, but it's totally okay. Each different icon, colored icon in each hex represents something different. So the red are story, district-based story arcs, like little plot hooks, encounter type things. These purple ones are bounties, so there's only one. The green ones are warpstone stories, so they're kind of like the red ones, the red hexes, but they're more ingrained to the bad guy, or the main plot of each district. So each district has its own plot and things like that. So the blue ones are memories of Lorne. These black ones are dungeons, and then these sky blue ones right here are Sentinel sanctuaries. So these are places where the party can go to take and complete a long rest if they can't get back into Hallow, if they can't cure their malady, things like that. But there are some rules. They would have to clear it out, you know, and do a couple things like that to be able to long rest. And there's also some other things that are kind of connected in that way to that. So yeah, so that's that. I'm assuming my players are going to try to search for one of these first, so I would need to give them a little bit of a heads up, I guess. Obviously the closest one is here. The other one's, you know, how many days away? 9 days away compared to 4 days away. So I'm assuming they'll go to this one, which would be really interesting because I have some ideas of what I can do for that encounter and that sanctification, for lack of a better word, I suppose. So housework and shopping. Our players did level up last session, by the way, so they are now level 4. I did level up Calder already, so Calder now has 31 HP, and then I just upped his charisma a bit because of a couple sessions ago, or prep sessions ago, when they left Calder in the material plane, when they went to the dream, he got into some stuff. He was able to talk his way out of it and things like that. So I thought, you know, charisma is kind of the way to go. I was thinking about giving him a feat, but I think giving him that boost to his charisma makes sense as far as the story goes, so that's what we're gonna do. I don't think the players have quite yet leveled up, so we'll just have to wait for them to do that. But that is okay. So what we need to do is look up equipment. So the players were looking for 5 health potions, some bandages, lureweed, which they couldn't find because that's a quest item, 2 trail mixes, and 10 rations. They also bought a strong alcohol that we need to try to figure out what it does. And then this is just a quote from Wisp, which I really, really loved. So so I'm pretty sure regular health potions are 50 gold each. Potion of healing, yeah, so 50 gold. So they wanted 5 of those, so that would be 250 gold. I don't know how much gold they gave I don't know how much gold they gave Calder to go grab all this stuff, so I'm just gonna have to guess. 1 gold piece for, I would say, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 bandages maybe, so that's 5 bandages each. Pretty simple. Trail mixes, I'm just gonna consider that a ration. It's not going to be... I don't want to make it that difficult to figure out. So 1 ration a day, that's 5 silver. So 12 times 5. I can do math. My computer always slows down when I try to open a calculator. I don't know why. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so stupid. 12 times... What was it? What was all those? What a 12? Oops. See, I don't get why my computer's being so slow now. Goodness gracious. Alright. 12 times 5. It's 60. I don't know why I wasn't thinking straight. So 60 silver. 60 silver pieces. 12 rations. Includes stomachs. I don't want to spend much more time on that other than that, so I think we'll leave it at that. Do 5 potions. Healing. And then we will copy this, and we will right here. Shipping, shopping, good. Okay. So we need to do the alcohol as well. I don't know if there would be anything in here. Wonder. I'm thinking of something. They want it to be really strong. So what I'm thinking is, is that the word I'm looking for? Is draught? No. How do you spell I don't even know what I'm thinking. Oh, I just thought of another thing we need to do. Orange drink, I don't know. I'm thinking of just like a DC, like a 17 on save, or look at the conditions. Not weather conditions, I just need regular conditions. I don't want to make it so like overtly powerful, but I'm thinking just like it makes him unconscious. I was spelling it right the first time. Okay. That's easy enough. So total, that would be... is it 10 silver for a gold? wonder if we could search currency. There we go. Because I think it goes 10, 10, and 10, right? I believe that's correct. So I'm gonna guess that's just 6 gold. So 257 gold for all equipment. Cool. Okay, so Lord Walden's lore items. So I want to go back to the illusionist really quick. And look at like an ability that the illusionist has that we can maybe take and give to the party as an item. My first thinking is maybe the displacement thing. That might be kind of like, that might be a little strong, but we'll see. Let me go to my lore items really quick. I actually am missing one of them anyway, so let's do this, like just do some little so we have the Dream Tailor's Eye, and then Lord Walden's something. I should have the lore item here pretty much all ready to go. Let me just my Humber Creations, which I think we actually have art for it too. I don't know if it's completely colored or finished, but is just copy this really quick. That's not right. There we go. Dream Tailor's Eye. Bam. Okay. So I want to just compare the two, just so I'm not creating multiple magic items. The Dream Tailor's Eye, you can cast Mirror Image without expending the spell slot. You can't do so until you finish a long rest. The eye also grants you True Sight up to 5 feet. So if you use it, you can like kind of use it to see things. So that's fine. I'm wondering, yeah, let's see. As a, oh my Google just went off. As a bonus action, the illusionist projects an illusion that makes the illusionist appear to be standing a few inches from its actual location, causing any creature to have disadvantage on attack rolls against the illusionist if the effect ends. Illusionist takes damage. It is incapacitated, or its speed becomes 0. So is there like I don't know if there is an actual spell that does that, but we'll check really quick. Yeah, so we do have the Cloak of Displacement, which could just be Lord Walden's thing. While you wear this cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in a place near your actual location, causing any creature to have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn. The property is suppressed while you are incapacitated, restrained, or otherwise unable to move. It is rare, it requires attunement, so that's a big thing. Well, we can make it into something. We can just change the name of it. It doesn't have to be the Cloak of Displacement. It can be you know, something similar, and we can change if we think it's too difficult or too overpowered. I don't like using that word, but if it seems like that, we can change it. So I don't know if that might be too strong though for a 4th level party. Let's see. We can also just give it like another spell or something. I don't know. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. I think this would actually be really good for someone like Wisp, who actually is the one who took it. So Wisp would be the one who actually has it. But I like the idea that his ability is because of something he wears. We can honestly just call it Lord Walden's cloak. We create a magic item. Yeah, we totally can. I think that's pretty strong, but is there like a... Because, yeah, this is a pretty rare thing for them. If they're higher. Let's see, I wonder what we can change on it then. Because, I mean, they're just right there on the cusp of a rare item. So this cloak once belonged to Lord Walden, the curator of dreams. It has no discernible color, but the color, but changes color to fit the the wearers. Image, I don't know. Changes wearers. Okay. While you wear this cloak, it projects an illusion that makes you appear to be standing in place. causing any creature to have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. If you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn. This property is supposed while you are incapacitated, restrained, or otherwise unable to move. I mean, that doesn't sound terrible. Let's see. Excuse me. My throat is like super bad right now. What we can actually do is let's go to villains. Let's go to Lord Walden. We can actually copy in some of his backstory. This is so much I don't want to. Let's see. How much is that if I actually copy and paste all of that? Oh my god, that's so much. I actually kind of want to keep that all in there. I just don't know if it will do. I don't know what font this is. It doesn't actually matter. Oh god. Let's save this real quick and see how bad it looks. That might be much. Just get rid of this for now. It's not too pertinent. But that should probably work. What we could do, just real quick, I'll go to my campaigns and I'll add that to I'll do some stuff to that in a second. Do 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 do. Just trying to do some upkeep and whatnot, so cool. That should be good. And I just received a message that Vodder should be leveled up. Yes. Hello, Lita. Hello, ACN. Good to see you. How are you too? Ooh, Vodder only got like 6 hit points. Look at those sub badges. Look at that beautiful sub badge. They are here. As I'm getting to the bottom of this tea, it's not that great anymore. What spells did he get? Chilling, rearranging, and getting settled. Oh yeah. Damn, he has a lot of spells. Awesome. Okay, we're good. So we got Lord Walden's cloak, which is the magic lore item that was given to that Wisp picked up. So I need to add a little bit more to this, make it interesting, but I'll do that a little bit later, I think. So I'm delightful, and I noticed that sub badge. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Dion. So okay, so we got Vodder has leveled up. Calder has leveled up. I just need everybody else to level up. Done. Needs more description. Feels shiny to look at. Yeah. I was trying to change mine, but I don't know. I've got the founder badge, so I don't know if I can get rid of that. That's fine. So Lord Walden's cloak is essentially just a cloak of displacement. So it's essentially the displacement ability that he was using. So bada bing, bada boom. What else do we need to do? Lureweed. Lureweed. Let's pull up the PDF and take a look at Lureweed. The Book of Beautiful Horrors. Okay, Lureweed is a mutated plant that only grows in water sources tainted by warpstone. The weed itself is easy to spot, with a long stem ending on bioluminescent leaves. While the weed itself is pleasing to look at, its true value lies in the remedy that can be brewed out of it. Is that one changeable? Like, can we upload a custom patch for that? I don't know. I'd have to look into it. Warp Touch Remedy. A character that has proficiency with alchemist tools or an herbalism kit and access to the proper equipment can prepare a remedy with lureweed flowers. The remedy has a value of 40 gold pieces when it comes to crafting. See page 187 of the player's handbook. Once ingested, the Warp Touch stops. The character keeps all previously acquired mutations, but is cured of the disease. So Vodder and Nock aren't probably going to be getting rid of that mutation. But, so here's how it works. When a character falls victim to this disease, which was, they were so close to it, and when they left the dream, that's what caused them to have to roll. Wisp did fail the roll, but when I rolled on the D10, she didn't get any disease or anything, so that's why she was fine. So at the end of okay, So when a character falls victim to this disease, roll immediately on the warp touch table, which we did, and infected creature suffers 1 level exhaustion, which they got. At the end of each long rest, an infected character must make a DC 15 con saving throw with disadvantage if it suffers from a level of exhaustion. On a failed save, the character must roll again on the warp touch table. If the character rolls a mutation it already has, it can decide to gain a new level of exhaustion or to roll again until it gets a new mutation. A character that dies out of exhaustion becomes immediately a warp spawn. Some mutations grant boons during a long rest. So here's the thing I'm not sure of. Here's the thing we need to decide. So they have this disease. How bad do we want to make it? So they essentially have 8 tries to, you know, become one of these. I assume if they get each one of these, if they fail, they, you know, turn into a fucking warp spawn. Or if they die from this, they turn into a warp spawn as well. So my thought is do we want to make it that difficult? DC 15 con is not terrible. It's not terrible. Excuse me. We're looking at Vodder and Nock. Nock actually has really good constitution. Well, he's got 14. So he's a D20 plus 4. Vodder is a D20 plus 1, so he might struggle a little bit more. So my big question is, do we want to do that? And do we want the lore weed to completely remedy this? Completely remedy it, where it gets rid of whatever they have? Or do they keep it? And I guess another question is, so I need to write down these questions. Lore weed and warp touch disease. How easy do we want it to be? Does lore weed cure all, even the malady they have? If not, is there a way to fully cure it? And then Sentinels, do they protect from warp touch disease or the malady itself? I think I have the answer to that question. So, well, they have plenty of chances to get the disease. Could space out the timer a bit further apart. I'd say they roll to be immune or completely be cured of the mutations. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, the only time, so here's the thing, the only time they're gonna get the disease is if they enter where a warp stone is, right? It's only if they enter a green hex. So the problem is when they get to the swamp, that's all warp stone in there, because it's been tainted. Or we could say it's been moved. We can kind of decide that if we want. Sounds like a con check to me to see how their system embraces or doesn't for the effects of the lore weed. Yeah, what I was thinking is, so I have an idea. The answer is not easy, but not overtly detrimental, because it is supposed to be scary. Like, they can die, you know. Does Lureweed have a cure all? Not unless you know how to properly brew it. aka extra plot hook. Because I like the idea that they're on a like kind of like a ticking time bomb kind of thing. If not, is there a fully way to cure it? Only if you know how to properly brew it, or whatever, which will create those rules. Sentinels, do they protect from warp touch disease or the malady itself? I want to say the warp touch disease. I don't want to say the maladies, because if they can never get rid of the maladies or never choose to get rid of the maladies, I want them to still be able to get into Hallow. So that's what I'm thinking. So let's look at the crafting rules, page 187 of the player's handbook. Oops. Like move. Oh my. Come on. 87. Crafting. So more of a preventive than a cure, or the other way around. So what I'm thinking is, so Loreweed will act as normal. The Warp Touch Remedy will act as it says in the book. So it is, it will cure them of the disease, so they don't have to continue to roll after each long rest. But they keep the malady that they have. They keep that. If they go above and beyond and do an extra quest or something like that, which I'll get to in a second, then they can actually cure the actual thing if they want to go that route. So, I mean, most of these have pretty good ons, right? Like, they're not super bad until they start stacking on top of each other. So, also keeps it spicy for if there's a mutated monster person who gets cured and they get salty at citizens for calling them ugly. Yeah. Well, and I guess like my thought is there's actually there's one person in Hallow, I think, that currently has a malady, but they didn't get it this way. They got it a different way, which I think it's on here somewhere. Yeah, it's on this, which is this stuff. So this is completely different than Warp Touch. It's in a similar vein, but these are different. So anyway, but I think that'll work. So I think we will keep it. I mean, a DC 15 con, I mean, especially like a 1, so that's a fail. I'm maybe not. What the fuck? The odds of Nock passing it I feel like are pretty high. And maybe because they would be at disadvantage too, right? I don't like that, because it says with disadvantage if it suffers from a level of exhaustion. It says at the end of a long rest. So, but if they complete a long rest, they won't be exhausted anymore, right? I need to look up exhaustion rules, apparently. Yeah, if you don't like it, throw it out the window. Yeah, exactly. If an already exhausted creature suffers an effect that causes exhaustion, its current level of exhaustion increases by 1, by the amount specified in the description. Okay. An effect that removes exhaustion reduces its level as specified. Okay, finishing a long rest reduces a character's exhaustion level by 1, provided the character is also ingested food and drink. Okay, so that's fine. I don't mind that. I think so. I just need to look at Vaughter and Nog mainly. So Vader is exhaustion level 1. Nock technically is 2, but I don't think he added that in there. How do I add a condition? Because they were exhausted and went down by 1. Because Vader was exhausted. But then he took technically a long rest when he went into the dream. So Nox should have a level of exhaustion. I just need to figure out where I add that on here. Edit character? I don't want to like fuck up his character. I don't think this is right. Yeah, this is definitely not right. How in the freaking heck do I change that? He hasn't even used his javelin yet. I'm so surprised. Yeah, I haven't used D&D Beyond enough to... I feel like there should be a... Oh. Exhaustion. Where is it? Blinded, charmed. Exhaustion level 1. Bam. I'll just do that for him. Cool. Okay. So if they complete the long rest, it won't be a disadvantage. It'll just be a straight roll, which I think is okay. Rules are as they are in the Book of Forgotten Horrors. Is that what it's called? Pendian? Book of Beautiful Horrors, yeah. Okay. Lureweed can completely cure any and all maladies. If brewed by someone knowledgeable with lureweed, which I dare say there is within Vedranis. Yeah, we're just looking for the exhaustion stuff, so I think we should be good. Okay. There's something else I want to... Warp spawn. I need to mess with warp spawn are way too difficult for how many warp spawn might be around. A CR9 is way too difficult for my party to fight at the moment. Is this what I want? Is the Delure? Lures are likely mutated anglerfish tainted by the presence of aquatic warpstone deposit, or yeah. They're usually found living in swamps, rivers, or underground lakes where lureweed, the only known natural remedy against the warp touch disease, is present. They are often hiding under the surface to ambush their prey as the fleshy bioluminescent growth at the top of its head, called Elysium, acts as a camouflage for the predator, effectively disguising it as the surrounding lureweed to fool its prey. So this is what they'll probably be fighting in the swamp. So when a creature that Delure can see starts its turn charmed within 60 feet of their aberration, the Delure can attack with its mind with psychic powers. Ew, Jesus. Interesting. I literally killed a character in a one-shot with a warp spawn and didn't even use half its abilities. It's pretty messed up. Yeah, I want that to be a pretty big thing to fight a true warp spawn. So I'll need to create some stats for those. For like minor ones. Lure. If a creature starts its turn within 60 feet of the Delure and can see the Dolor's Elysium. The Dolor can force the creature to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw if the Dolor is incapacitated. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed until the end of its next turn. While charmed, the creature must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as close as its speed allows toward the Dolor. The effect ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage, or if someone else uses its action to pick the creature out of super. Okay. We'll deal with that later. So, Lureweed. So, what we need to do is come up with a new district, which is not the Conservatory. There's the town of Hallow, Rick and Row, Old Coke Market, the Deadwood. The Conservatory will be present at some point. Let's create one below the swamp. We need to come up with a name. We need to come up with a name for this swamp district. It's its own district. It's got it's not as big. It's not nearly as big as Rick and Row or the Old Croak Market or anything like that. What I'm kind of thinking is, for whatever happened in Vedranis, things like that, this area just kind of collapsed under itself, and now it's a swamp. Lore Dream Swamp. I want to avoid using something called dream, things like that, because we've already used the dream, right? The dream has already been a thing. I'm thinking like I like the word forlorn. Forlorn's not a bad word. Go to the thesaurus and look. Go away. I do not like this website. Let's go to thesaurus.com. It's so much better. Deserted, desolate. We can even come up with like a very a specific name, like a specific pronoun for it too. Excuse me. So we'll have to come up with something. I'm just gonna do the Forlorn Swamp. What am I doing here? We need to come up with some bosses. Hello, Pojo. What's up? Good to see you. We'll need to come up with like some encounters and whatnot. We might not come up with like a bunch of random encounters in the swamp because it's so small and it's a very specific place, very specific thing. So I'm not too concerned about that. Conservatory has a very special character residing within. So my thoughts are, so the swamp's up here. Let me see if I can pull up a picture really quick. Just finished some RP for the night. How'd it go, man? I did a little bit of RP today, but not much. I only played for like an hour. Is there bodiless wailing in the swamp at night? Well, I dare say there should be. So here's my map I've created. Billy's always a fun character to play around with, I'm sure. I love Billy. I know Tavish doesn't know Billy quite well yet, but I think they're getting to know each other a little bit more, and I'm really enjoying each interaction with them. So this is the map as I have it now. So it's not the nice map that that obviously ACN's created. This is kind of like the full map as I had it. There's a wisp right there. So this is obviously Rick and Row right here. This is the Old Croak Market, which is where they went first. This here is the swamp. And then right here, if you can see this little token, this little thing, That is a that's the conservatory. The conservatory has a very, very, very special character in it, which I'm not even going to tell you who the character is yet. My thoughts are, there's another character related to that character in some way, some shape or form here in the old Croak Market, but the players never came across them. This is going to be, I will say, it'll be a pretty big fucking reveal, like a mindfuck moment if the players come to it. So I'm going to try to maybe push them in that way. My thought is, I'm like so scatterbrained today. I just opened Zoom. Go away, Zoom. Go away. I don't want you. Piece of shit. So my thought is this. Given the time it's going to take to get from Hallow to the swamp, I think we looked at it. It's like almost a week to get there. Calder's going to be reading this book on alchemy. So once they get to the swamp, he's going to be, and they might do a long rest in between, so it might be 2 weeks. Calder will have enough of probably a expertise from reading to brew the lureweed remedy. Maybe. We'll see. If the players wanted to completely cure it, like get rid of it in its entirety, they would have to travel another however many days to this conservatory to meet that character. I think that's a pretty exciting thing. I would think that'd be pretty cool to experience and maybe try to get them in that way. So let me just look up crafting. You have to be proficient with the tools you're trying to create. You might also, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna just say that Calder essentially he gets proficient with it. For every day of downtime you spend crafting, you can craft one or more items with a total market value not exceeding 50 gold pieces. And you must expend raw materials. If something you want to craft has a market value greater than 50 gold, you make progress every day in 5 GP increments until you reach a market value for the item. Oh shit, okay. So it said it was 40? Right? 40 gold, it's worth 40 gold pieces for the sake of... Oops. Yeah, 40 gold pieces when it comes to crafting, so that's 8 days? Does that sound right? 8 days? Is that math? Yeah, that's math. 8 days. So it'll take 8 days to craft. Again, guidelines, yeah. The nice thing is a long rest in our system is a full week. So he could do it. What I would say, that maybe that's just for Calder. Maybe if the players wanted to do it faster, they could travel here. They see a conservatory, they see this greenhouse or whatever, and whoever is here could maybe do it a little bit quicker. So it would be a toss-up if they want to wait to see if Calder can do it, which would progress Calder's story, or do they want to take the chance to get to this place and have some unknown person where there'd be an interesting social encounter, if they even trust the person, and go about it that way. So I do like that. I think that's a good idea. So my notes are going to be so fucking sporadic. Come on. Come on. There we go. 40 GP equals 8 days to brew Alder. A very special someone could do it quicker if they went and found them. Sure. Multiple characters can combine their efforts toward crafting of a single item, provided that the characters have all the proficiency with. Okay. Each character contributes 5. Okay. That makes sense. So essentially, maybe they could even have Calder and this very special character, you know, combine their efforts and do it that way. So I don't mind that. That'll be okay. So the lore weed is let me just do this really quick. My notes are so sporadic. I got my second COVID vaccine, my second dose today. And so I feel like relatively okay, but I'm just kind of out of it. I got a little bit out of it, so I apologize. Lore weed can be found in the Forlorn Swamp. Also, yay! I don't have to wear a mask, even though it might still be weird to not wear a mask. I don't know. So that's fine. I don't think we'll have to come to that today or this week. I don't think it will come to fruition. I don't know if they would get that far that fast, especially with them needing to take a look at the HP values. They're not like, I don't think he's at 27. Oh no, he used his hit die, I think. I'm not sure. So I know they're kind of struggling for a long rest. I know Vaughter doesn't have any spell slots left. I think that's the big thing. I think he has one more spell slot because he leveled up, or like 2 more spell slots because he leveled up. But that's it. So, oh, you don't have to in Illinois. That's pretty nice. Must be nice. So, okay. So we can worry about that a little bit later. My big thing is the Sentinel Sanctuary. Oh, dang, okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's still up in the air of what the heck's gonna happen. Let's check real quick. I apologize. Okay. So the Sentinel Sanctuaries, just to give you a heads up, are these teal colored icons. So those are going to be used for where they can long rest outside of Hallow. They have to go there and purify or whatever it was that the Sentinel Ghost guy said to do. Can be used as an area for long rests outside of Hallow. Must be cleansed and purified. We're getting all 40k up in here. So we need to come up with rules for them to do this, and we need to come up with some baddies, some things, some guys that might be in there. I'm thinking aberrations, honestly, because I think that makes sense. to me that makes sense that they would be aberrations because warp zones attract those things. And this isn't necessarily a warp zone thing, but I feel like, you know, that would be a thing. So what I'm thinking is there will be an encounter. Not for a warp tainted swamp. This is for the Sentinel sanctuaries, like the different areas where they can long rest. So I'm thinking there would be a combat encounter to literally clear it out of baddies, and then a skill challenge to purify it. After that, they can rest. So what are... Just kind of looking at the different... I don't want them to be like a super high CR. I want there to be like maybe these chokers or whatever they're called. So 13 HP, 16 armor. The choker is a subterranean predator, far more dangerous than its small size, and spindly rubber limbs would suggest. Chokers have cartilage rather than a bony skeleton. This flexible internal structure enables them to easily slip into narrow fissures and niches. Niches? I don't know. In the walls of their cavern homes, they lurk in these spots, silent and unseen, waiting for prey to happen by. Are they aquatic? Doesn't look like it, not necessarily. A choker's usual method for luring prey involves positioning the body of its latest catch just outside its hiding spot. Whenever it gets hungry, it tears off a few chunks of flesh to feed itself. In the meantime, the corpse serves to entice other humanoids, explorers throughout Durgar, or the choker's favorite prey, goblins, to come within reach. When a target presents itself, the choker's starfish-shaped hands dart out from its hiding spot, wrap around the victim's throat, and pin the unfortunate creature against the cavern wall. Ooh. I don't mind this. The choker can take an extra action on its turn. They have spider climb, multi-attack. So they can potentially make 4 attacks. Since they can do an extra action per turn. Yeesh. Plus 5 to hit. 1d4 bludgeoning damage plus 1d6 piercing damage. If the target is a large or smaller creature, it is grappled. DC 15. Until this grapple ends, the target is restrained. And the choker can't use the tentacle on another target. The choker has 2 tentacles. So it could technically attack someone else, maybe. If this attack is a critical hit, the target also can't breathe or speak until the grapple ends. I mean, these guys sound kind of cool. I don't mind those guys. That would be something, because let's do this. If I made it like a difficult encounter, we could do like 5 to 6 of these things. Maybe 4, and then maybe something else. Where mist? Look at these other books that I've got. Not strongholds and followers. I want monster manuals. 5th edition foe. There's our lovely Stego centipede that the party never got to. That is not what we were looking for. What the fuck? This creature appears to be a withered humanoid wrapped in decaying bandages. Upon close inspection, what appeared to be bandages are actually loose folds of the creature's rotting skin. A sour odor fills the air around this creature. What the fuck? That thing is nasty. What if we did this? The attack Creature attacks twice. Yeah, it's a bog body. Ooh, maybe that's something we... Ooh, maybe that will go in the swamp. Maybe we'll leave that for the swamp. Let's look at something else. I like that, though. I like that a lot. A gazer? Gazer beam? Oh, this is a little, baby beholder thing. What if we put, like, an actual, like, beholder in there? I don't know if I like it being that small. I can always make it bigger. Because it's not that difficult to fight. Because it's got its eye rays, right? Ear ray, dazing ray, frost ray, telekinetic ray. Interesting. Vampiric. La 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 blah blah blah. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna look it up. This doesn't give me anything. Does it say anything over here? Huh. Oh, there we go. Pronounce ik zit za chitl. Are aquatic creatures resembling manta rays. I don't want to do a... No, I don't want to do an aquatic creature for this one. Because essentially what I'm doing, just so you guys are aware, I'm thinking of, like, these ones that they can go to. More than likely this one. So that's why I don't want to do an aquatic one right now, because I'll do the swamp prep for something else. I'm thinking maybe just a bunch of chokers, to be perfectly honest. Home of Beasts. What is this guy? Page 31. I think so. Oh, there's another fucking swamp thing we could throw in there. There's a lot of swamp aberrations. That's gonna be cool. Maybe we just do a bunch of the chokers. It doesn't need to be that difficult. It's you know, they're gonna take a long rest anyway. So it either needs to be not that difficult or difficult enough where they're probably gonna die, like, or where a party member's gonna get knocked unconscious, which where their HP is where it's at, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, to be perfectly honest. So maybe I'll look for a deadly. Am I being too mean? A bone cobbler? Yo. What is this thing? Page 33. A boalisk? Ooh. This creature appears as a tattered and desiccated humanoid with graying flesh drawn tight over its bones. Its eyes are hollow sockets of darkness, and its clothes are rags. So CR2, Bone Cobbler attacks twice with light hammers or twice with claws, which do 1d4, 1d4. Okay. Traits. Animate bones. Once per day as an action, a Bone Cobbler can animate up to 5 skeletal statues within 30 feet of itself. These creatures use a stat block of skeletons. The other forms and structures need not resemble humanoids or anything remotely humanoid. These skeletal statues remain animated until destroyed. Okay. Bone stripping. The Bone Cobbler can strip all the flesh from the corpse of a medium creature within 3 minutes, using its claws and hammers for each size category. Ooh! 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 This works! This works with the chokers. So, what I kind of imagine are these chokers, right? Are ambush kind of things, right? And they're ambushing these people who get to this sentinel thing to try to rest or whatnot. So they eat all the flesh off these people. And then this bone cobbler is the one who's going to create the shit out of the bones. I like it. I like it and I want it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. What we need to do is we need to create a new map. I don't know if I should delete these ones or not. I don't know. Because this is that fight. Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep it for now. I need to go to my Google Drive. Because I have a lot more assets now. I want to take a look at some of the assets. See what we have here. So we don't need much, I don't think. Everything arch. Not an archmage, but we just need like an arch. I guess we can do pillars. We can make it out of pillars. Or a column. I know I have something. I literally just used it. What is the castle one? No. Game props dungeon? Ooh, this will be... Yeah, okay. Let's get some bones in there. Oops. Thinking a couple of these braziers that are not they're empty. And then what I want is like a there we go, pillar. Essentially I just need like a pillar like this. Do we have a little bit bigger one? No. I have like a... That'll be fine. Because we can make this as big as we want. So essentially, what I'm thinking... Let me get this a little smaller. Essentially, we're going to make this... You can kind of see what I'm going for here. Right, so essentially, let's put this all on the map layer. On the map layer. So essentially, we've got this. And then we need some... So if we have a choker, I think we'll just have to create a token. So what I'm thinking is maybe 2 or 3 of these chokers, this one bone cobbler, and then 5 skeletons. That's pretty intense. That's pretty intense. I don't think it'd be too... I mean, it might be difficult, but it won't be hopefully terrible, you know. D&D, token pick, choker. So I'm doing this all... I'll show you what I'm doing. It's not that big of a deal. D&D token maker. Roll advantage, and then we will go here, tokens picks. Bam. That's a lot depending on how many rounds the bone cobbler gets. Yeah, no, for sure. Oh my god, this is like perfect. What color do we want to make it the same, like kind of weird green, that greenish gray that this thing is? Sure. I always like putting this on here as well. I think it adds a little bit of depth to it and whatnot. So bam, there's our token right there. Download that. We'll go to our downloads, token 1. We'll just rename it real quick. Joker. And we'll cut and paste it. D&D. Tokens. There's so many pictures. I need to go through and clean up that fucking folder because good lord. Okay, so they're not that big, so there's only 3 of them. We can make some walls and whatnot. We'll pretty it up here in a bit. Because I think this is probably what the party is going to be doing. That's kind of this is kind of the thing we need. We also need skeletons. Or skeleton. I've got to have a skeleton, right? I've got to have a skeleton token. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, there we go. Got different colors as well. We got 5 right here. I don't know which one I just clicked on, but it'll be easy enough. And we'll just hide them. You know, they'll be around this area. It's going to be a pretty contained fight, I'd say. And then we'll put them on the GM layer. And so we need to find a bone cobbler art, which we can probably just take the art directly from the book. I don't necessarily always like doing that. Ooh, that art's cool. Let's just do that. Go here. I will delete this. Yo, Bryn, thank you for the 5 bits. I appreciate that. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Uh-oh. Another 5 bits. Thank you. Thank you. It's not gonna... I don't... pop up there for you. Bone cable. Just zoom in on this guy a little bit. Oh my goodness. $30 bits. Do we want to get that little thing in here too? I don't think I want it in there. And we'll just do like a slate gray. Ooh, we could do something like that. Do the background color. Or no, what does that do? That... Oh no, it's this overlay tint. Get some like sickly. Sure. I'm not too worried about it. Thank you for the 40 bits, Brent. I appreciate it. That's super kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What we'll do, let's drag this guy on here. I'm always gonna do this to you after free tattooing. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Place that. Okay. And then we've got this guy. So we also have 3 of this guy that we need to place in different areas. Okay, so that's a pretty... Let's go back to our Kobold Fight Club. We'll do any type skeleton, which are super easy, but there might be 5 of them. Thinking 2 chokers, maybe. Maybe let's look at the bone cobbler again. Can animate up to 5 within 30 feet of him. Okay. The thing is creepy as fuck. Okay, I like that though. I like that though. Ow, my arm's starting to get a little sore. Just a little bit. So I'm thinking maybe let's dress this. I wish I had. Let's go some free assets. We do need some like bodies, right? We need some body parts or whatever. Dungeon tile. Let's see what we got. It's not exactly what I wanted. Find some grass. Yeah, what we might do is throw this on here. Then can we find some dirt? So I want some just like dirt around this, like a dirt path maybe. Just don't want to make this like super nice, I guess, because it's not supposed to be like that nice, right? It's supposed to be kind of dingy, especially depending on where it's at. Sorry. Cool. Not exactly what I'm looking for, unfortunately. All right, we'll see in a second. So that would be nice. I think as I'm running a little low on funds to be buying a bunch of. I wonder if I can do this. This might be cheating, but that looks like shit. I mean, it's actually not terribly terrible. Hydrate. I have some water. I'll hydrate. If I can open the. Let's see, Dungeon Master Essentials. Not quite, unfortunately. We need game prop, right? We need the blood. We'll dress this up. One, two, three. Where are others go? Ah! They're there. it needs to be within 30 feet. So it needs to be within right here. So we'll bring this guy back. Put him right there, put him right there, him right there, and then what we'll do is all these bones we'll actually just place right on here. And we'll put these guys on the token layer. Try to get this a little, not to back. Token. Cool. So yeah, I'll just throw these bones essentially like where they would be. And then we should have a wall of some sort, probably like surrounding this. I'm pretty sure we have something we can use. It's kind of hard to see. This map. Quite what I'm looking for, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. This will work. It deleted. Let's go on the map layer. So essentially what we can do, see how far this will actually stretch out and still look. What the? Oh. Like that. We'll just have to kind of match it up. And we'll change this up and make it a little... Why is it doing that? Really annoying. Can I select all these at once? Probably not. Maybe. Need some stuff. Not as quite what I... Ah! No, go away. What the fuck? Get out of my face. No one wants you here. Need these though. Oh, there we go. Okay, oh, do something like this. Really? Making my life difficult. Stop! What is it doing that for? That's so annoying. I returned while there and a scoop of potato salad. I love me some potato salad, low key. I love my some potato salad. Why does it do that? What we can do is just add some randomness, right? Random things in here. Just to, I don't know, break it up a bit, you know, make it look a little unique. This preserve needs to be right here. Ooh, I have an idea actually. We can use these for these guys. I don't want them identical to each other. I actually want to put these like on the grid, so they're snapped to the grid. Guess we can have them. Because what I'm thinking is we move these guys into these little alcoves so they'll kind of swing out. And then what we'll do is put some dead bodies. I know I have some somewhere. Dead? I don't think it's going to pull up anything that I want to see. Oh. There's some sarcophagus in there, I guess. Here we go. Why, when I hit alt, I don't like that. I don't like that one freaking bit. This will be map layer. This will be map layer. Yeah, I think that'll work. We can even do some more just corpses lying around. That one looks like a mannequin. You know, just throw some bodies around to kind of signify that, hey, these guys are lurking, you know, these guys are lurking in the corners. Because yeah, we won't even see these guys at all. We'll only see the skeletons. This guy, we could put him on like a pedestal or something. We can make him look like the actual bad guy. We can probably put like a broken sarcophagus or something. Yeah. I like this. After we get him, move him over here. Do this. Let's go over here. This guy's like, yo, what up, beast? Yeah, it'll make him nervous when I start plopping the... Yeah. And then these guys can come up behind. I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. We'll figure something out. But yeah, I'm liking the look of this. It's pretty basic. A little basic. But it doesn't need to be, like, amazing. It doesn't need to be this work of art. What else was I gonna put here? I wanted to put like a fire or something, like a campfire out here where it looked like someone had, you know, set up a camp or something like that. Like some group had made it here before, maybe. But I don't think I actually have any of the tokens, which I can describe. I don't just go blah. Like I said, I don't really have the funds to be buying a ton of tokens, so that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. What we can do is I can, oops, delete that. Let's copy this. Let's just make like a wall, like, because it would be, because this is, oh, what we can do actually, I wonder if I can put like a, I don't think I have art for a statue, but we can put like, oh yeah, we can put like sentinel statues around, because this is a sentinel's place. This is like something they created. What we'll do is we'll actually just have the wall continuously go up. Yeah, that'll be perfect. There we go. There we go. Let's do statue. I know I have statues. Oh, fuck yeah. We'll just use these. This is exactly what I fucking want. I use these for like chess pieces in a chess game. For one of my sessions once. What we can actually do is maybe replace these two. Oh my god, that looks so much cooler. Oh, you guys can't see. Shit. I need to hide my webcam. Where's my webcam border? There we go. So you guys can see what the hell's going on. Yeah. I don't think that's terrible. Hopefully this shows that there's stone here or something like that. And if they want to go on the walls, maybe we can like put some rubble. You know. Oh, perfect. Perfect. You know, I mean, just, you know, change it up a bit, you know. Make it a little unique. I don't know. Yeah, I mean that actually looks pretty good. That fits really well. I think there's a pillar, like a broken pillar, that I kind of want to maybe throw in there somewhere. But yeah, this, oops, I think this needs to be, this is the center. I don't care about that much. Broken pillar, 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 coins, sell, pillar, gemstones, broken pillar, blah. Weep. You know, let's make it unique, you know. I like making maps in like a D&D or something has really become like a skill almost. I'm not the greatest at encounters. I'll be the first to admit that, but we can make it interesting. You'll make it interesting enough. I don't know. that rubble look better if I did that instead? Yeah, let's try that. Let's do this. I don't know. I think that's a little too much. Let me do one more broken pillar. We'll just copy and paste this over here. So it's almost like this was like an area, like a special area or something up here. Cool. So what we need to do real quick is I just need to get these stats for these guys inputted. So let's do the bone cobbler. Since he's right here. He's got 22 HP and 13 AC. 13, 22, right? Not 212. That would be a little ridiculous. That'd be a little ridiculous. To represent his HP. I don't know why it's been doing that. It like does not want to actually attribute it. The bone cobbler, which you should be able to see his name. Okay, we've got that guy. We need to find a place for this dude. Maybe we'll just do two. Maybe we'll keep him on the back burner. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide him here, and we'll keep him on the back burner. We need to go choker. We also need a skeleton. And I think that'll be the encounter pretty much done. Because yeah, if we bring it down to 2, I have it on 2. 2 anyway is deadly. So 5 skeletons, 2 chokers, and a bone cobbler. That's deadly anyway. So I think we'll probably be okay with what we got. So skeletons are super easy, 13, 13. The Star Wars game that I always wanted but never got. And I'll just name them Skeleton 1. I'm not gonna show that to the players necessarily. I don't think they need to see the name of those guys, right? They can see the name of the actual other, like the actual like boss, which is the bone cobbler technically. 13, 13, 13, skeleton 4, right? Yeah. And then skeleton 5 is right here. 13. Oops, 13. 13. I think D&D combat is probably the thing I lack in the most. Chokers are 16 armor class. Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. And chokers are small, right? I need to make them appropriate. They also have 13 HP. Joker 1. Joker 2. I mean, bam, 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 blam, blam. Let's just bring the party out. I could create stats real quick for everybody. Represents knock. See, I did this last time and it didn't actually work. the party couldn't move it, so I had to do can be controlled by all players. I don't know why it's doing that, but I don't know, it's being weird. Cool. I'm gonna say that is it. Oh, we need to do the skill challenge. What time is it? 9 o'clock. The skill challenge. What else do we have to do tonight? Random encounters, Better Thin, and name the swamp district. Done. To be determined. Called within alchemy stuff. Ending. Random encounters. I don't think I'm gonna give my party a random encounter. I don't think I'd give them a combat encounter. It'd be a social encounter. What I'm thinking is maybe bringing some of the sleepers in, like Lord Walden's enforcer, who called her Met when he was asleep, or when everybody else was asleep. We could maybe do something like that. What I'm thinking is, for this skill challenge, I'm thinking pretty much just using Matt Mercer's resurrection rules as a baseline. So essentially, the players bring something to this purification. So part of the purification or whatever is defeating everything that's in here, right? And the second part would be, what do you bring? How do you convince the Sentinels, or whatever, to essentially bestow this power where nothing will impede on them here? Because essentially what it is Hallow has been, this has been done to Hallow, but these sanctuaries need to have it done as well. So they're essentially invoking the rights of the Sentinels. Rights and convince Sentinels to aid. DC starts at 10. And then a successful check decreases DC. Oops, decreases DC. Failure increases. Maybe killing all monsters allows a long rest. A successful skill challenge grants a boon or of some sort. An additional thing that they get, you know. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm muted. Time that time. Oh, okay. What kind of boon could they get? So I think they would get protection from the Sentinels, and maybe they get something that, like, my initial thought is something called Sentinel's Blessing. What that is, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what that would be, to be perfectly honest. If you guys have any ideas. It'd be a temporary boon. Maybe. Ooh, maybe. Hold on. Advantage against warp touch disease and warp touch things. Corruption. It's not bad. So if they had, you know, if they go and do this first, it's going to grant Vaughter and Nock a lot of time. It's gonna give them a huge boon to not get sick or to die or anything like that. Allows fast travel. That's a to Hallow. Essentially, that's my other thought would be, so these things right here, they allow fast travel back here. So that's going to be their way to get through districts, so they don't have to trudge through these districts again if they don't have to. So each district will have a sanctuary where they can rest, and they have to, you know, each fight's going to be different. There will be story attached to it. This is just kind of the initial one for these two, depending where they go. If they succeed in this sanctification, it will essentially open a portal back to Hallow so they can go back there and do things. Vaughter and Nock still won't get in there until they cure their warp touch disease, but it will give them, that's going to be a huge boon and a huge blessing to them. So I feel like I want to put this down. This is just that. I need to move that. Sentinel sanctuaries, Sentinel's blessing, which is advantage against warp touch, disease, and corruption until X amount of time. Opens. Bye, Peter. Bye, Peter. Opens portal to Town of Hallow and other sanctuaries once purified. Bam. We'll come up with some stuff for that a little bit later at a point. So I think that'll work. Let's see. Yeah, I like that a lot. Sounds good to me. That's done. That's easy. Random encounters, not until they get to swamp. Pass. Sanctuary. So I'm not really going to worry about that at the moment. So I wanted to work on some Keter Then stuff. I was kind of looking at some Lovecraft art inspiration for Keter Then. I like this one. I think this is actually an actual Chitaean entity. Chitaean. How do you spell it? Chitaean. Zoppelty Gaming, hello. Half-orc fighter, unarmed fighting feat. Orcish Fury. How are you? I am doing good. I am prepping for our live stream game at the moment, so it's been a lot of fun. We've come up with some really cool stuff today. So, how are you doing? Let's go back to Roll20. So, it's our little battle map that I've created for today. Sentinel, Sanctuary, 1, sure. Cool. So we got the shopping out of the way. Lawrence drink. That's fine. This needs to be cut over here too, doesn't it? I don't know. That's fine. That's fine. Doing well, you are accepted into a campaign that's in the works. Ooh, that's exciting. Is it online, IRL? On Discord? Right on. I love the availability to play online nowadays. I think it's such a... Playing in real life, I think, is better. I just think it's got such a true, like, different vibe where you can actually see and, you know, feel the energy of the person and whatnot, obviously. Playing online is still so much fun. I've played online more than I have in person, but it's also going to be using the same stats as we mentioned before. Ooh. Fighter, I honestly, I think Fighter is one of my favorite classes, to be perfectly honest. I love Fighters. I think they are so much fun. I'm huge on Warlocks as well, but man, I love me some Fighters. So, what was I doing? Oh, we were looking at Ketterthen stuff. Cthulhu, those. So I want to look at the other the different just deities or whatever, different Cthulhu. Yeah, I think this was the one. Who was it? Ooh, let's look at the water, because as far as this goes, Calder, so I don't know if it's a surprise to you, but Calder's patron is Ketterthen. And so I've always described Calder's magic as this green, almost liquid-like energy. So I want to kind of stick with that theme. Let's see if I can look at art. Okay, so I recognize Mother Hydra. Father Dagon. I'm just looking for a deep one. Make sure we type the Lovecraft in there, so... Yeah, so this guy's the only problem is I don't want to have it directly be Cthulhu. I also don't want it to be related to Uk'otoa from Critical Role. Chthonic. Yeah, I think you're right. this is more what I'm looking for. This is more sort of maybe my inspiration for Ketterthen is something like this. This is something like this. So I think this is fucking sick. So like pretty much a giant sea monster almost. I mean, Cthulhu is kind of a giant sea monster. So what we could do, let's go to Ketterthen, which is going to be under NPC or Vedranis. Ketterthen, Calder's patron. Some of the sleepers know the name. Potential splinter cult. Zoth, Amog, inspiration. So what we'll do, yeah, I want to take some of these pictures, and I want to copy these and put them in my OneNote. It's fishy, but tentacles and a collar, frills that just should not be. Yeah, and I want to stay away from the tentacles and frills more so. I guess this guy has tentacles, tent poles. But that is creepy looking. I love the look of that so much. So I'm gonna probably be working with Gavin to come up with more of an original type of look for Ketterthen. We don't even need to necessarily come up with a look for Ketterthen, right? Because in chthonic lore, the whole thing is like, if you see one of these guys, it's gonna fuck up your brain, right? We as mere mortal humans are not supposed to be able to comprehend these beings. I really like this one actually. This is actually quite cool. It's not overly. It looks more like a. It's still very lizard-like, which I really think is cool. But yeah. So I mean that's not bad. That was really solid as far as that kind of prep goes. Trying to think if there's anything else we need to do. Yeah, just suggest a few traits. Yeah. Yeah, and my immediate thinking is instead of hundreds of eyes, instead of dozens of eyes, they're dozens of tiny mouths or something like that. That's gonna stick in someone's head, you know. It almost looks like a snake to me. I'm getting a very reptilian vibe. So like what we could do is look at like reptilian, like aquatic lizards. You know, like we can actually go through and like start to get inspiration from like marine iguanas, right? Like something like this. You know, and I can kind of just go stir crazy with it, really, which is the cool thing. You know, we can do like a color vibe of like a sea snake, so it'd be black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow. Anyway, you know, things like that, and it's gonna be slowly introduced. I don't want to go too quick. I think Calder's whole kind of story has been very well dressed. I think it's been natural. It hasn't been too much. I'm actually very happy with how it's been going. So yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. The rest of it, like as you guys know, I'm a pretty big pantser when it comes to some of my sessions. Like I'll plan for this, but then I'll lore drop random stuff as I see fit. And that's probably what I'll end up doing. I'll probably just, you know, as the week goes on, because I still have 2 days, right? I'll probably figure something out, figure some more stuff out. But I think we made good progress. I still want to come up with a better name for the Forlorn Swamp. you know, yeah. The insatiable darkness. Ooh. So many teeth in the water. Yeah, and like maybe Calder starts having nightmares about mouths, and so he gets like a fear of sharp mouths, and maybe these chokers remind him of that, you know, things like that. We can always play with and see where the party goes. One thing I need to do better at is getting and putting things in the way that my party can directly combat. You know, it makes sense for their characters to combat certain things, and I guess the undead skeletons would definitely help with that. Calder, good bean. I'm loving Calder so much. I love just how he's becoming ingrained into the story in a way that I didn't quite imagine, because I wasn't even sure that they were gonna take Calder along with them, right? I didn't know if they're gonna be like, now we don't want you around or whatever, and I'm so glad that they did, because it's created such a good banter between, you know, the players, and it gives them an NPC to bounce off of, and it's been really, really cool. So I don't think if there's anything else. I want to change the name of the swamp really bad. I'm bad at naming things. I can't do it off the fly. I mean, Ketterthen was a... we could do a district name generator. And I guess it doesn't have to be that unique and different and crazy, because it's not the most important thing, right? I read that as the Celiac Grove, and we could give it a, because it wouldn't be called a swamp, right? Because it wouldn't be called a swamp. It would be an actual district, because it like sunk and became a swamp due to what was going on in Vedranis. It was named before that. We can name it a park. Ooh, that would be interesting. Have it be a park, like almost like Central Park. What's another name for park? Saurus. State Fortress Garden. Ooh, garden. I like garden. Or gardens. Because we'll need to come up with a story behind the district, right? I want it to be like almost like the opposite of what it is. I think that'd be funny. They're like, this is the Prosperous Gardens. I'll think of something. The Elevated Garden. The Hanging Gardens. That's not terrible. In fact, ACN, if you're here and you're working on the map, ACN, do you think we could, I don't know how far away the swamp is from the conservatory, can we bring it like really fucking close? I think that'll be a really good idea. Let's call it the Hanging Gardens, because that gives it like, maybe, you know, it gives me some ideas. You know, and honestly, like, we can... Hanging also implies death. It is. That is... Yeah, the hanging guard. Yeah, that is, like, very dark, actually. Like, that you think about it. I like that. That's a good catch. I didn't even catch that. I like that. Vedranis districts. The Hanging Gardens. Can we look at, like, garden fantasy or park fantasy art? I don't know. Something that it would have been, you know, something beautiful, you know, like you create, like, you know, something like this. So like it's all sunken now, it's gross, like maybe the warp stone's in there, you know. There's just some cool shit that you can do. Hanging, you know, also implies I think of plants that hang down, obviously, and then we can throw some cool deadly plants in there, which I was going to put in the conservatory anyway. I have some ideas for that. Perhaps birds tend to get caught in the rope like moss of the trees. They're tangled up and then die, still hanging. What if instead of just birds, what if it's a very specific bird? What if it's crows? What if they're crows hanging from the trees? The crows can't protect anybody in this area for some reason. There's so much death and malice because of all this warp stone in here. You know, the crows don't survive, which leads me to think, what kind of creature, you know, not only would maybe the plants feed on these crows, but what other spindly-legged creature could be lurking in here, right? So like, I'm thinking fucking giant-ass spiders, you know? Like a phase spider or something like that. Like, hell yeah. That's a large creature. That's a large creature. Yeah, like a phase spider would be terrifying. I actually do have a few plant creatures that I've created. If you want to, if you want me to send you a few files, hell yeah. I actually have an idea as well. It's a creature I use in a different campaign. I don't. That might be way too difficult for them to fight a Vine Lord. But again, the nice thing is just because they're the bad guy, the boss of the district, doesn't mean they need to be antagonistic or violent, right? So a Vine Lord, Vine Lords are formed from the union of full-grown tendril puppets and the forest-grown descendants of plant folk. Their servants include most plant species, including the tendril puppets and vine troll skeletons. Vine Lords seek to expand and empower forests and jungles in the service of their patron gods and demons, or simply to expand their own power. In many cases, they compel trees to walk into grasslands or plowed fields on moonless nights, claiming the territory for the trees. So maybe there's maybe this boss of these gardens is a Vine Lord, and you know, maybe this Vine Lord is seeking to destroy the warp stones, and so is antagonistic, you know, in a way. That goes with the thing I made one of them. Ooh, interesting. So what I'm thinking is, this thing was created because of the warp stone, right? This Vine Lord was created because of that. Excuse me. And seeks to destroy everything that it created. So it wants to destroy the stones somehow. It wants to learn how to destroy the stones. It wants to get out of the swamp, so the swamp is ever growing bigger, and he's actually creating the swamp because he's essentially expanding his influence and sinking the city by himself. That means he'd also be antagonistic towards the group if they don't want to help him destroy the stones, or they're trying to get the lure weed. because I think he'd maybe be antagonistic towards the loreweed too. Maybe he's the protector of it, you know, lots of different things. Really, really cool. Boss, Vine Lord, seeks to grow the swamp away from the warp stones, because there's multiple warp stones created by warpstone. Was once a person, question mark? Lots of plants. What I'm gonna actually do is I'm gonna combine these districts. The Hanging Gardens and Conservatory are gonna be one district. There's a special person in there. Let's delete this page. Lots of plants. Crows of Vedranis get caught in hanging plants and cannot protect citizens. I like it. I like it a lot. Because these guys are cool, because they create the tendril puppets. They create these guys. So cool. Yeah, I like that a lot. I want to make this Vine Lord female. Or once was. So it's probably a probably non-determinate, because it's a plant creature now, but I want to say it used to be a female. So when I go and create the backstory of this person, which I will do, I'll keep that in mind. So hell yeah. Other than that, I think we're good. I think we've got enough to go off of. My hope is that my party does decide to go to this first, because they want to do a long rest. I'll probably come up with a way to give them a little bit of direction to head northwest, and they'll just have to figure out how to get there, you know. So northwest would be northwest, northwest, you never know. So I'll gotta let the party do that. We'll see what happens. I hope they can get there. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. That was an awesome prep session. I'm super excited for this week. I hope I'm not super like out of it because of my COVID shot, my vaccination. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm well enough to play on Thursday. I'm hoping this doesn't take me out too much. So, but yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you guys. Dude, Dow, you are so welcome. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate the follow again. If you guys aren't part of the Discord, you can join the Discord. You know, do the YouTube. All those things. And if you guys are excited to see, you know, what happens on this session, we play every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on InfiniteRP. So that's where we'll be. If you want to catch up and you haven't seen the last 7 episodes, y'all got some catching up to do. So I'm gonna be drinking water all night. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Bryn, thank you so much for the bits. Dow Nomad, thank you for the follow, and thank you for hanging out again. Thank you, all of you, for hanging out and you know, giving your ideas and whatnot. I appreciate you guys. And while I pause the music and turn to the other scene, I will leave you guys there, and we will see you guys on Thursday, hopefully. Have a wonderful night, guys. Bye-bye.